Alrighty, guys. It is nearly 11 o'clock. I'm really looking forward to bed. I was meant to record this maybe half an hour ago, uh, even prior to that, but ended up watching a film with my father and then chatting with my sister uh, because tomorrow I'm actually catching up with my nephew for the first time, which is super cool. Uh, super cool. I'm very, yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. Super excited. Super pumped to catch up with him. His name's Spencer. He's a legend. 6 weeks old. Absolute bloody legend. He's got beautiful, gorgeous blue eyes. And yeah, I just can't wait. um, yeah, it's been very, it's a really lovely time. So, where am I with this? So, I mean, let's talk about it. Love, right? And yeah, I mean, for me personally, I've been, uh, you might have been hearing me say this recently, maybe not, but um, yeah, I had some quite a lot of shifts over the past 3 weeks. Just personally, I had a session with my teacher, Mars, and it's yeah, what I'm really enjoying is just this non-judgment that's really showing up. Again, I used to like fight a lot, like fight uh, for success, or fight for freedom, or fight for my rights, or fight for fight to breathe, or whatever it might be. In some way, shape, or form, there was, say, this formula that I needed to fight to get somewhere, and it was a reference for me to feel, say, defined here. And it's been quite cool because as I've moved through that formula, I can now see that formula in my clients, and clients that book in. I start seeing, I can be like, oh, okay, well, like you use that at X as a reference tool for you. So you always need to be referencing X, right? So like for me, I used to in the past, I needed to reference fighting, or like, I needed to fight for something. And when things got good, well, one, I would cap myself because I had just a pattern. Throughout my childhood and my teenage years, high school, and even my career in the success space, working for a really big events company, personal development events company, and seeing people in the industry. One, I saw how wealth, I'll say not wealth, but how some people use wealth that just weren't, basically dickheads. Not dickheads, but there's just an aspect of wealth that I was like, damn, like, ugh. And then, or at least money. And then in the success industry, seeing people that weren't really who they said they were, and they may not have even been aware of it. But again, when my abilities really started to show up, and I started to see the world differently, from a new perspective in 2019, I'd be at this event with, 6,000, 7,000 people working. I'm working on site here in Sydney, and I'd interact with people and run into people, and some individuals that are really big at the time. Again, I'm not sure where they are now. Hopefully they're okay. Hopefully they're well. And I'd just see straight through them, you know. It's not as if they weren't amazing and lovely people. It's not about that. But I'm, chatting with these individuals, or I see these individuals, and I'm like, oh wow, like you're just a shell. Like you've created this basically this mask, or like this facade, or this external identity that's not really you. It kind of seems empty, or just totally not the truth of who you are and like where you're at. And so I saw all of that happening. So somewhere along the line, I've, um, how would you say, at a deep level, I've gone, I'll never be that. Like I'm never gonna be like that. I'm not gonna be this facade. I'm not gonna sell myself for success. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm gonna be whole and I'm gonna be me. But the thing with that, right, is that I just created that formula, right? Again, when I did, it doesn't really matter. But so as I would have success, I would reach a point and go, oh, well, I'm not going to sell myself for success. So then I would pull myself back, even though it was just a formula that I had created. It wasn't necessarily true. Okay, it's like when I get this successful, then I'll sacrifice myself. And since I'm very self aware, and I knew that, and again, I didn't know this at the time, but after this session with my teacher, Mars, I'm like, oh, damn, there you go. I would cap myself because I knew myself so well. I'm like, I'm not going there. And then I would, you know, go back to square one in a way, if you want to call it that, but not really. And then I'd have something to fight for again. I'd have something, something to like, oh, I'm gonna fight my way out of this hole again, or not this hole, but again, kind of. So it's been really lovely just to notice that and really honestly like not really care about it anymore. It's like, yeah, sweet, see ya. And as a result of that, uh, yeah, just this deeper, it's kind of like a neutral feeling. It feels more neutral, feels way more, and as a client mentioned, more patient and more um, kind of nonchalant, but at the same time, really loving and nurturing and nourishing. Uh, that vibe has really come through for me. So that's where the Winter Love series came about. That's why, this frequency sound bath that I'm doing with a friend of mine, it, the theme was love. And, it's winter here in Australia. So it turned it into Winter Love. I was like, oh, Winter Love, that'd be cool. So as I'm doing the graphics and kind of, you know, writing out the program, the event details, it's like, oh, winter love. Like winter is about coming into ourselves and letting go of, what's no longer needed and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, but it feels like love. Again, with what I was moving, with what I have moved through and I'm currently, really embracing. And so I do that. And then I, end up reaching out to Mark, who sings, is a musician, artist, and does kirtan in Coogee, and really lovely guy, lovely guy, really lovely guy. And I'm writing out the program as well, and I'm like, man, I'm just gonna make this a whole love series, like. So even that event is very much love. The theme is love. And nurturing yourself, nourishing yourself, letting go of that bullshit that really isn't you, in a non-judgmental way, and just nourishing yourself with love. And and then the program, right, the online program that I host, yeah, again, just throughout this part the past 2 3 weeks, it's like, you know what, it's going to be a love edition. You know, the program, the 18-day program, it's going to be a winter love edition on nurturing your inner child and nurturing, yeah, that kid in you. Because well, that's what I've been moving through, and that's what's really been showing up for me. So I thought, well, this is going to be great. Like I can't wait to do this. You know, I can't wait to have this winter love online 18-day program kicking off, because you know I get to bring that newness and that nourishing, nurturing sense that I have within myself, and this new evolution of James, for you guys. You know, so it's pretty cool. It's really cool seeing, you know, and even thinking back to, you know, 2019, 2020, 2021, and through the years, and you know, even just 4 weeks ago, I was pretty different. You know, pretty different 4 weeks ago, and now I'm here now, and I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been, you know, again, being involved with Mars and the frequency healing space, exponential intelligence for 5 years, like full on. And it's, you know, this, and every time, like the ahas and the revelations and they never get old, you know? It just keeps deepening and deepening and deepening and deepening. So that's really cool. So um, you know, currently creating um, a place to move into to live, which again I'm really excited about. And again, just on a personal note, I've definitely noticing this. Uh, so I used to be quite protective, like shielding myself, especially in like relationships and things like that. Um, you know, I wouldn't even give them a chance. I wouldn't even like, because again, I'm not going there because I don't want to lose myself. If I have love, I'll lose myself, right? So I wouldn't even put myself in the situation the past 2 years to experience love, or at least to go on that the breadcrumbs. You know, follow the breadcrumbs, see where it takes you, sort of thing. But again, lately, very much noticing an openness to, you know, dating and, uh, yeah, just opening up that space in my life. So, again, sensing a way less judgment, almost a non judgment. It's a different judgment. It's like doesn't have animosity behind it. It's or like yeah, there's just not like a, you know, a bit of a hierarchy behind it as well. Even though again everyone's at different levels in their life, 100%. I'm not saying that there's not, like, I mean, there kind of is hierarchies as well. There just is. It's like the animal kingdom. But that's probably for another video. Um, but it's pretty cool. Oh, oh, yep, I'm here. Uh, so yeah, that's kind of life updates. I'm wearing this beautiful jumper that I bought from my friend who sells and makes beeswax wraps. Beeswax wraps here in Australia, and yeah, I'm a professional wrapper, and I worked for him for a little bit. I helped him out during COVID. I wrapped. I would, you know, cut and make, like, help him make the wraps, the beeswax wraps. They're pretty cool. So I think that's me. I think that's it. So yeah, it's a cool it's a very pleasant, say, zone and dimension, and like I'd almost say it's a consciousness. Feels like a pretty big one. It feels like I've had a, and I mean I knew it was a big one during the session with Mars. Uh, yeah, so it's pretty big. It's nice. It's really nice, guys. It's really nice. So, and the cool thing is now in client sessions, that's going to be there as well. So even my abilities have improved, they've refined, and yeah, the journey continues. The now continues. So appreciate your time. If you got this far, be sure to give this video a like. You can subscribe to the channel if you feel drawn to. You can share some comments below as well, and I might see you in Sydney in one of the events, or I might see you online on the Love Edition, the program, Winter Love Edition, starting in when 23rd of July, so in a couple of weeks. Oh yeah, 2 weeks, 13 days from now. So I'll leave you there. Much love, peace, bye.